Well, let's talk about the music. I mean, what I really like about your guys' sound is that, musically, it's all over the map. There's so many different influences, which is something, to me, it's hard to pull off because sometimes when artists, attempt to mix genres, it could sound a bit maybe forced sometimes. Because sometimes certain genres don't necessarily mesh well together, or if it's not put together the correct way, it might seem like it's sort of forced in here. But with you guys, it all fits, and more importantly, it still has, even each time you do a different style of song, it still has you guys have your own signature sound, obviously with your vocals especially. Like I'll give you
to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just an example, even when you're doing something different, like say the jazzy funk parts on the song Fortune, or even on the song Loyalty, where you guys are there's so many different influences there, even like a thrash metal influence on certain parts of that too, as it builds up in that song. It all really comes together nicely. Like I said, it doesn't seem like you guys are reaching for anything. So how are you guys as a band able to sort of pull, off putting those different styles and influences together when you're writing and creating your music? Do you guys sort of just jam together or experiment, sort of blending the sounds together and then see if they go together? And so how does it work? How are you guys able to kind of blend the different genres together?
Well, it's funny because every time I read a new review, I find out about a new genre we're playing.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there was thrashy parts in our music, but probably yes. Well, if you listen to this, I mean, in some way you can put us in this vintage rock, classic rock category. There is a lot of vintage stuff and rock stuff in there, and sometimes it feels like there was this very narrow framework what this vintage classic rock is supposed to be, which is very boring to me because, I mean, seriously, we got so many bands. We got very old bands who are great and young bands, and they all do this. And why would I do it all over?
Right.
I mean, it's not like we came here and we're like, okay, we need to do something very new. That's not what we're about. I mean, when we started in the first place, we would play songs from Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin because we were kids and we loved the music. And now I Know My Enemies this album is, I guess, what all this music evolved into.